Yeah, come and fuck with us. Where we posted every Friday. See them corner emojis, then you know a nigga wildin'. Jada Gemini.
And a bad thing at the same time. So here, I'm going to elaborate on how this is a good thing and a bad thing at the same time one more time for the highlight, y'all. Everybody that's in the live, y'all already know what's going on. But this is a good thing and a bad thing because, one, now the kids are no longer missing. And that's like worst case scenario for them to be missing and to have no remains.
Right.
So it's good that the family can finally put these kids to rest. But it's bad news because now it's confirmed that they are, in fact, dead. Like, they're not somewhere in a cult or some weird shit because y'all know the parents were weird as fuck.
Yep.
But yeah, so they found the remains in either the stepfather or whoever. I told y'all I'm not really sure if it's the real father or the stepfather. I'm not really sure, but let's all watch this now that our technical difficulties
Wouldn't even call that a difficulty.
are over with.
I would call that just
It was a hiccup. It was a hiccup. It was a little hiccup.
Random
Is the scene
inspiration.
today where the remains of the two missing children were found. Inside Edition sent a...
Okay, first off, that is a lot of fucking land.
Yeah, it is.
That is a lot of... That's a scary amount of land.
It's fucking Idaho. Who the fuck lives in Idaho?
Potato people.
I mean, shit. If you live in Idaho, I mean, shout out to you. What the fuck?
Apparently, you can make good money out there.
Chad Daybell lives.
Oh, it was the stepfather.
It took them niggas that long to look there?
Last fall in the days after the two children disappeared.
I'm sorry. I just heard her say fire pit, and I was like, whoa, 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 what?
And they were having big bonfires.
And they were having big bonfires.
Damn.
How did
They
the
must
neighbors
have
not
not
report
found
this
much.
sooner? Because you know that shit smelled bad. And look, there was houses, like not that far away.
Somebody snitched.
Like, look, the neighbors are right here. Like, y'all didn't smell human fucking from right there?
Nah, you know that meth, bro. You might not
Talking about that
shit.
meth.
Property
Jesus.
in Idaho where the stepfather Chad Daybell lived.
Did you see how like small the area where they dug it up is though?
Mhm.
Somebody
Yeah.
was like, yo. So I feel like you're right. They did see it, but I just wanted to throw that in there because it wasn't like they excavated all that land. Because dude, that was
Right,
like,
it was very specific.
that looked like fucking hectares.
That looked like a
bro.
grave. Like, it was very
There's the
specific.
fire pit. A neighbor says Daybell had
Looks like
big
ritualistic
bonfires
type
last
shit.
fall in the days after the two children disappeared. The home where authorities are believed to have found the human remains is now filled in. The Daybell home sits in a rural landscape right next to a country road.
Wow.
The grieving grandparents went to see
I feel
the
so bad
location
for the grandparents.
themselves. Many are asking why it took so long to find the remains
Exactly.
in Daybell's own backyard.
Exactly.
Says he and his wife Lori have been suspects from day one.
Exactly.
I spoke to Rich Robertson, a private investigator for the grandparents.
I think they had to wait for the snow to actually melt and the ground to dry up a bit before they could do this.
It's being reported that cadaver dogs pinpointed the exact spot of the graves.
That's what I'm saying, but that
Chad
on
Daybell's brother
nigga.
says in his
You walk
statement,
dogs
some
across the
of our
whole
extended
shit.
family are
Look,
still
my thing is even if you couldn't go there and dig it up, the fact I always thought in investigations, once you have a witness, that's
arrest
evidence.
niggas.
You could arrest them.
That's what they
So
do to us.
that's what they do to us anyway, right?
Shit.
That's all I see on First 48. On First 48, when we get into trouble and shit, that's the
better have
first
that
thing
bail
they be like,
money
"Oh
dead."
shit, you have a witness. You're going to jail."
Niggas
Like,
say you
that's
do it, and niggas say you did it.
If niggas say they saw you do it, you're going to jail.
Until they
So,
can make sure
what the
that that
fuck?
person won't point you out in court. Your
Exactly.
ass is saying, yeah, for sure.
So why did they? If you're saying the neighbors suspected they had a bonfire going on,
Yes, that's what we're talking about.
so why?
Pretty bad.
struggling to accept the reality that Chad could have been involved in something
Wow.
so terribly wrong. We are devastated by the news and the apparent role that Chad has played in what has transpired.
Wow.
The Daybells have denied any wrongdoing. The couple are said to be involved in a doomsday prepper
Remember,
cult.
we were talking about this shit,
How
bro.
do you deny wrongdoing? I know niggas say that they're not guilty all the
right.
time. I mean, shit,
But
I do
wrongdoing,
it all the time, right? I did it all the time. But, bruh, you get bones found in your fucking your shit, dog, it's real hard when you find 2 sets of bones and you're missing 2 sets of children and it gets found on your shit to have the audacity to not just
And
cop
you're
that plea
dating
deal.
their mom.
They should have took that plea deal because that's the only chance that they'll ever see light again, and that's a very slim chance.
They're mentally off. Like they think that other shit is going on. Like, oh
They're
my
gonna
God.
get the needle if they don't take that fucking plea deal.
Doomsday is coming.
Probably gonna. Their lawyer's probably gonna plead
Chad
insanity.
Kind of went off the rails. with
Right.
their
They
beliefs.
went off the rails. See,
Nigga, they flew
that's
to
what they
Hawaii,
always
bro.
do.
They didn't go
They
off
went
the
off
rails.
the rails. They're sick. They're
The
not
fuck?
right no more. Oh, y'all don't know what's going on. They're sick.
They didn't go off the rails. They went on vacation. The fuck
Right.
you
They
talking
went
about?
on vacation and already had bodies up in there. Them kids were missing for a long time before people started suspecting them. So
We talked about this earlier. It's just crazy to me. Like, once these motherfuckers start talking about how they feel and shit, which
Right.
is what the news anchors do so much of the
right,
time
it's
now.
so weird.
I don't care
It's
what
so
station
weird.
you're watching, because people love to be, oh, it's the libtard, or oh, it's the conservative assholes. You know, it's
Regardless of whatever
fucking
news station
agenda.
it is, beware of news stations where the anchor is saying their opinion, or if they're trying to lead, like talk
all
to you,
do.
or if they're trying to. No, they all don't.
Unless you're watching
There are
the
some-
BBC,
no,
which
listen,
still
listen.
sometimes if they're talking about guns, they will, bro.
Listen. There are some news channels that me and you both watch, and we see that the anchor literally monotone as fuck. Literally super monotone. I'm here at the scene, so and so, like super monotone. I'm talking, I be seeing certain news stations like
You're
we
talking
saw
about the big
earlier.
ones.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that be basically like, do you want people knocking on your door? I guess not. It's just like, yo, like, is it your job to like persuade the public opinion? Like, I thought you were supposed to be reporting
Yes.
news. I thought that's the thing. I
It
thought you were
is.
supposed to be reporting news,
But-
not trying to sway public opinion. And that's where shit gets weird, regardless of what side of politics you're on. Like,
Right.
it gets weird.
When your job title doesn't have, and that's like a nigga being like, their job title being a plumber, right?
Right.
But then you walk into the airplane that you're flying in, and this nigga's in the cockpit, and you're like, yo, what's up, pilot? And he's like, oh, I'm not a pilot, I'm a plumber. Nigga, you're gonna freak the fuck out. But yet we let these people fucking lie to us and try to persuade us with bullshit that they don't even fact check half the time. You know how many times the news be saying bullshit?
Oh, no, I know. The news
Bro,
be saying bullshit all the time.
They remember when they brought that dude in there that was chopping the brakes that were fake. They niggas clearly knew that this shit was fake.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all bring him on the news, or like when they'll bring the influencers on the news that are just crying
Oh,
about some
right.
shit.
Oh, my God.
Right?
Yeah.
But that's on the news, bro. Like, even this fucking COVID shit got gratuitous at a point in time.
Right.
But to be talking like that about something this serious, because I kind of got sidetracked. I'm so sorry, y'all. But, like, that shit just be
That's
pissing
it.
me off, bro.
No, but I do agree with Mark. There are a good amount of central news sources. It's just the majority of the news sources on television that, like, our grandparents and our parents watch. Notice how their news anchors talk. And I'm not talking about the ones that banter between each other. I'm talking about the ones here. Look at the screen real quick. The ones that are like this, literally standing by themselves, right? And literally talking to you like, oh, do you see these Black Lives Matters protests? Do you want those in your streets? I know I don't. And blah, 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 blah. And it's not fair to you that your tax dollars are going blah, blah, blah. Like, they literally are talking like that. And I'm just like, why are you talking to people as if you sitting at their kitchen table like Kiki and like, what? You're a news anchor. What are you doing?
You're supposed to be
Like,
telling people what's going on.
You're supposed to be saying at such and such on June so whatever the fuck, there was a protest in downtown so-and-so. Here, hey protester, what do you have to say? That's what you should be doing.
But
like, what are you doing?
It went from just, because this is what they used to do, and we just saw it. Shout out Dave Chappelle. Go watch the new Dave Chappelle special.
Go watch on
great.
Netflix is a joke on YouTube and watch that shit.
It's funny, but then it's not that funny. It's some real shit. But watch it. We need this type of shit. But the news stations used to just tell certain parts of the truth. That's
Right.
how they used to spread
Right.
certain agendas.
Exactly.
Because you could take any story and tell two different parts
exactly.
of it, bruh. But now it's gotten to the point where they're telling us how to think. And that
Mm-hmm.
shit makes me uncomfortable when I hear like old dudes at work that are like incel as fuck, that are like brainwashed. Man, you wouldn't believe what the Democrats are doing. I'm like, nigga, do
Right.
you even know what the Democrats are doing, nigga? Do you even know what the Republicans are doing, nigga? You've been watching Fox News, like, and then you get into a vehicle, they're listening to that shit on the radio. It's like
Right.
a constant fucking barrage, and it's like on every side, and they're lunatics, bro.
Right.
Radicals.
Very radical, bro. It's crazy.
Fucking crazy, man.
Right. Latoria said they're too concerned about giving us their opinions and being seen and heard. That's what I really think it is, because look at society, bro. And Dave Chappelle was talking about this on his shit. Y'all should definitely watch it if you're up when this is
definitely.
over.
It's only a
But-
30-minute video.
Yeah, it's
bro.
only like 27 minutes or so. But he does say that he was like, he doesn't understand why people are kind of like, what do celebrities have to say about this? Because right now it's the time of the people and all that stuff. And I think the reason why people are concerned what celebrities have to say about certain things is because look at who has been the voice of the people so far for the Black community. Kim Kardashian, Cardi B. Like, so think about these entertainer ass people in high political places, right? So that's when you get, and I don't know this woman from a can of paint, but that's when you get people that look like this on TV trying to be on some Love and Hip Hop type shit, trying to be on some, oh, look at me. Because they trying to fucking, you get what I'm saying? They're trying to be like the bitch from the Boondocks that came on there. They're trying to be that bantering ass person. Because y'all notice this in politics too. There are certain people whose specific role is to enrage.
Mm-hmm.
Like certain, and usually it's
That's a
minorities.
token, yeah, I was about
Usually
to
it's
say.
minorities whose sole purpose on far opinionated is to enrage.
Yeah, Dave touched on that too.
Right, Dave touched on
let's
that
not
too.
spoil that too much. I think
Yeah, I don't
another
wanna spoil
problem
it. No, seriously,
with
y'all gotta
these
watch that shit.
motherfuckers, and then we'll get back to how we really feel about this whole situation, because it's minuscule at the surface because of all the shit that's going on right now, and you know how niggas forget about shit. It feels minuscule, but it's actually a deep thing.
Right.
But the news is also trying to keep up with the social media era. So they're rushing out stories before loved ones are told about deaths.
Right.
They're reporting shit incorrectly. So it's like, dude, I literally would rather watch Joe Rogan
Then
to
what?
get my motherfucking news than...
I don't see why people go to fucking speaking of that, what you just said.
I know it's ridiculous.
Why do people go to podcasts for news unless you are a news-based podcast like you literally
No,
do?
I'm talking about to go, if I want to see how niggas feel,
Mm-hmm.
I'll go to Joe Rogan, not the fucking news. I'm going to the news
Oh, for like a
back in the, like, before shit got fucked up, for like a good insight of what the fuck I could trust this source. You can't trust this shit no more.
I've never went to the news for nationwide shit before. Like before I was like in my 20s and shit, but I still never went to television news. The only time I ever went to television news was for local news. That's it. But even then, I quickly
on there too.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Even then, I quickly noticed which was red, which was blue,
It's so easy
which
to
was,
tell.
certain, because they would report on the same stories, or some news stations would report on stories that others wouldn't.
Nigga,
And
they
I'd be
use the
like, oh,
template.
wow, okay. So y'all don't think it's important that this single mother just got murdered, but this station does. Okay. Like, that's
Or
like shit like that.
They'll use a whole template. If they're a Republican side news, there
Yeah,
should be
they will.
red as fuck.
They will.
And if it's a bad story,
They will.
it's blue.
Because, okay, for example, the
vice
same
versa.
story I just said, single mother got killed in her apartment complex, right? That would be the headline on one news station, and then the other one, it would be projects on the east side, shootout, gang member got shot in crossfire. And it's like, whoa. And then you look at what's actually going on and you're like, wait a minute, this wasn't a gang member, this was a mom, and she just was coming home from work and she got hit with a stray bullet. Like, what?
But
And she
on
just
top
so
of
happens
that,
to like, you get what I'm saying?
they will make that story, right? The
Mhm.
background on the Republican station, the background of that story will be blue. And then on the Democrat station, they'll make the bad shit red. And vice versa with the good shit.
Yep.
I peeped that shit one day. I'm like, bruh, I'm drunk as fuck. I need to go to bed.
Right.
I'm serious, bruh.
Right. I'm just like, I don't even.
But what do you think about this shit?
About the well, I had already ended that last topic, but I will give you a well-rounder before we move on. I still think there's a good and the bad. I'm very disappointed again in the police department. What the fuck is new? Disappointed in the police department. They could have handled this way differently. Fuck the snow. You could shovel snow. If somebody tells you they were doing a bonfire for days,
that's the day, because I was about to stop you.
Y'all don't need police dogs.
Property,
you don't need police dogs, but there was an indicator of the bonfire.
Thank you.
You could have dug around it, and the bodies were not. The bodies are maybe like what 2 to 3 feet away.
That shit looked like a shallow grave.
That
and it
too.
didn't. They dug up probably like a size.
And that soil. And look, I don't trust the police, bro. So what I saw. Hold on, let me get back to that screenshot. And this is just gonna be for the podcast for my conspiracy theorists out there. Y'all see this shit? This shit looks does not look the same as like this over here, right? Like this shit looks kind of like shallow, like you said. Like this shit's very recent. Like a part of me even feels like these might be old pictures. I don't know. I just don't trust the police and shit no more. Like I really feel like something shady may have been going on, like, and I'm sorry, I'm fucking up the fucking video screens. I can't fucking see, but this is just for us, so fuck it. Excuse me, but I really do feel like I got conspiracies about this. I don't like that.
I just think that they really, really didn't think that these people did it, obviously, but they had every reason to think that they did it. And
that's what I'm saying. What are y'all getting paid for?
What the fuck, bro?
What are y'all getting paid for? Look how fucking shallow this is, bro. It's like literally up to what? His ass. And this dude looks pretty short.
Shit, not even.
Not even. Like maybe the back of his legs.
Yeah, the back of his thigh.
And then this part looks even shallower. And then it's like a perfectly, like, that's why I'm like, bro, are y'all serious? And then if you even look at it from the aerial, when you look at it from the aerial view, so this is before they started digging. When you look at it from the aerial view, bro, you could already see, like, this is some weird shit. Like, I don't know. But again, my final
Facebook.
Yo,
like,
these cops was wild.
Illegal fucking wiretap that these niggas got on.
No, dead ass. This was illegal as fuck. This was illegal as shit.
These niggas got illegal wiretaps on it.
This was so illegal, bro. These niggas illegally was wiretapping his shit, bro. Y'all can't even see. Okay, bro. She said, "Yikes." That bitch say yikes, bro. Oh my god. I'm dead, bro. That
you know
bitch
what's
said
crazy?
Yikes.
When